In 1991, a darling TV character introduced herself.
I'm Clarissa. Clarissa Darling.
Long before it was widely accepted that a teen girl makes for an aspirational lead.
It's dangerous to think you know everything.
Clarissa Darling redefined the perception of what a girl could be. Insightful, relatable, and cool.
And how come every teenage rite of passage comes with so much pressure? Life is a progress from want to want.
Zut là, c'est un grande mauvais boomer.
And that's the 411.
Clarissa Explains It All was a game changer for a new programming block called SNCC.
On Nickelodeon.
Which Clarissa guest stars would go on to big things.
I'm from Pepe's.
What else have you got? And snap it up!
Can we go already?
And did you know, after Clarissa Explains It All wrapped, the character graduated to a network sitcom? The CBS pilot, Clarissa, attempted to launch a Big Apple set spinoff for the fledgling reporter.
I mean, this is the kind of thing you think in a million billion years is never going to happen to you.
So why didn't the spinoff succeed? Atomic Abe's Emily Menez sat down with Clarissa creator Mitchell Kriegman to find out.
I mean, it was really a nightmare and had nothing to do with the show.
This is Behind the Backdoor Pilot, Clarissa Explains It All.
Let's go to the videotape.
Clarissa Explains It All has edgy roots for a kids show. Creator Mitchell Kriegman started out as an underground video and performance artist.
Hi. We've had a unforeseen development.
I did these, weird videos that were part of the avant-garde in that moment.
Kriegman was discovered by Michael O'Donoghue, the original head writer for Saturday Night Live. O'Donoghue recruited Kriegman to contribute to his project, Mr. Mike's Mondo Video.
The cult classic from the twisted genius behind the early years of Saturday Night Live.
This is a man in a dog suit. He's a member of a radical underground organization.
Mondo Video paved the way for Kriegman's next gig as a writer, performer, and filmmaker on Saturday Night Live.
From New York, Saturday Night Live is live again. Saturday Night Live, the next generation.
I've never seen him, her, or it, or whatever it is. I hear things, or I find traces as if they've just passed by.
Footnote: the 1980 season of SNL was the first without Lorne Michaels and is widely regarded as one of the show's low points, although it did introduce a comedic juggernaut.
I'm from Jersey.
No, not Joe Piscopo.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the kid's young. He's 19 years old.
Kriegman, on the other hand, did not find success through SNL.
It was a good day. I got fired because I didn't like it.
After SNL, Kriegman began writing for kids' TV, including the show that launched the Disney Channel. He also wrote for
Take a Look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow,
and was nominated for an Emmy for The Ren and Stimpy Show. Kriegman worked on 47 episodes of Rugrats.
Wow!
In the early 90s, Kriegman found himself on the ground floor of a new programming block.
SNCC, every Saturday night on Nickelodeon.
The executives working on Saturday Night Nickelodeon were willing to take a chance on new ideas.
You could fail, but you couldn't not do something original.
And Kriegman's pitch was definitely original. It was even considered risky, in part because there had been so few TV shows centering around a teen girl.
identical cousins all the way.
You've done it again.
There's a place you gotta go for learning all you ought to know about the facts of life.
We are such wonderful and caring kids,
Yeah, even if it kills us.
Don't you know what this means? It means we finally have clout.
Kriegman took inspiration from the few shows centered on teenage girls.
I'm happy to say I referenced any and every girl show that there ever was because I wanted to participate in that entire genre.
In 1991, it was still considered revolutionary to have a TV show from the perspective of a teen girl.
What?
They said, oh, boys won't watch a girl. Because at that time on Nick, it was more boys. I said, oh, yeah, they will if she's cool. They'll want to be her friend.
Kriegman drew inspiration from teen magazines of the time.
My wife at the time was an editor of 17 magazine. So I was very entrenched in all the girl magazines, which were really smart magazines. So there was a lot of freedom in that age, in that moment. And that's what I thought would be just great for this character.
Snick was producing a handful of original live-action shows.
Hey, dude.
Kriegman's project would be shot in Nickelodeon's new Orlando studios.
The place where Nick is made.
This has been an update from Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida.
Well, right behind these very doors, Nick is making its latest show called Clarissa Explains It All.
Kriegman had a concept for a show about a wiser-than-her-years teen girl. All he needed now was an actress to bring Clarissa to life.
I'm Melissa Joan Hart. And I'm 16, and I play Clarissa Darling on Clarissa Explains It All.
Kriegman found his muse in an actress from Long Island. As a kid, Hart became the face of America's toilet tissue and a reliable TV presence.
Everybody like our sports car. Mom, Mr. Snyder's mean, and Wally won't let me play.
Melissa Joan Hart nailed her audition, but Kriegman had originally conceived of Clarissa as a brunette.
Funny enough, Mitchell had been hard set on Clarissa being a brunette, since blondes rarely fit his idea of the non-conforming, feisty, smart, and relatable type he wanted to depict on his show.
Fortunately, Melissa proved him wrong.
What, like it's hard?
Fun fact, while auditioning for Clarissa, Hart simultaneously auditioned 3 times for NBC's Blossom, going up for the role of Blossom's best friend, Six, which eventually went to Jenna Von Oy.
It was the old bait and switch.
Kriegman was mindful to keep Clarissa relatable to boys and girls while maintaining the character's individuality. So Clarissa's hobbies included computer programming.
Here's how the plan works.
Having an unusual pet.
Elvis is my security alligator.
Writing for the school paper.
Yeah, I've been looking for ideas.
And having rad taste in music, including a love for the alt-rock group They Might Be Giants. Fun fact, They Might Be Giants was Melissa's favorite band, which helped distinguish her from the other actresses. Clarissa Darling had a unique sense of style.
Clarissa's style is fun, imaginative, and there's no boundaries. Ta-da!
The character's trend-setting was not lost on Melissa.
I think our show's designer, Lisa Lederer, did for trendy teens what Patricia Field later did for fashionable 20-somethings who watch Sex and the City.
Clarissa's eclectic sensibility also showed up in her bedroom design, which Kriegman wanted to include car paint and black checkers. And it didn't hurt that the show's theme song was an earworm performed by Rachel Sweet.
She's brilliant. I mean, how perfect was it? She captured the attitude. That's very Rachel.
And like Clarissa, Sweet even had her own show produced by Mitchell Kriegman.
Hi. I'm Rachel Sweet. This thing is hard to walk in, you know.
On March 23rd, 1991, the world met Clarissa Darling.
My show's on twice on Sundays. Once at
noon, 11 Central.
And again at
6:30, 5:30 Central.
On Nickelodeon.
From the jump, Clarissa Explains It All was praised for its inventive format. The New York Times said the show breaks the rules of traditional sitcoms and noted that Hart will turn to the camera and start her own commentary.
You can't just sit back and watch it happen.
The show also included parodies, fantasy sequences,
Governor Winthorpe, Scoop Darling, ace reporter here.
fictional video games, and a variety of special reports.
Here's an update on what's happened so far this morning.
Although Clarissa wasn't taped before a live audience, it was shot in continuous takes, so the actors had to deliver lengthy scenes without the safety net of reshoots.
Look, Clarissa, I know what you're going through.
Fortunately, Melissa Joan Hart had a stellar supporting cast. Theater vet Elizabeth Hess played Clarissa's mom. Janet Darling provided her daughter with enough space to make her own decisions, but was never far away with a healthy snack.
You kids are gonna love this cauliflower ice cream.
Joe O'Connor was Clarissa's architect father, Marshall, who modeled creativity in problem solving.
I call it sneakers to go. What do you think?
Gee, Dad, it's really unique.
Fun fact, Incidentally, Clarissa's architect father and mother, who works at a children's museum, mirror characters Kriegman wrote in a 1987 issue of The New Yorker.
I mean, I just love the idea of, eccentricities in sort of a normal dressing.
And then there's Jason Zimbler as Ferguson.
It's time for Ferg Dynamics, where the miracle is you.
No one was more annoying to Clarissa than her scheming conservative little brother.
Now I'll wave to my constituents every time the wind blows.
Hippie parents and a brother who loves Reagan? Clarissa Explains It All, or Family Ties?
A tax is a terrible, hairy, liberal monster.
Clarissa's best friend Sam became synonymous with his entrance.
Hey, Clarissa.
A signature entrance is a sitcom staple.
Hey. Hi, y'all. What's happening?
Surprise!
Fun fact, to get into Clarissa's room, actor Sean O'Neill climbed a comically short ladder.
It was like about maybe this high. And Sam had to crouch down underneath the window and go like a mime.
The show had many standout episodes, including the one where Clarissa stood up to a bully.
Hey, let him go. He's my brother. If anyone's gonna clobber him, it's gonna be me.
Or the episode where Clarissa and Sam went on a date, only to discover they were better off as friends.
Mamma mia.
And in a true Nickelodeon fashion, one episode had the Darlings compete in a televised game show, just like Double Dare.
Where the best and the brightest win big prizes, and the blunderheads slide down that icky, goopy brain drain. Bye-bye, cherry pie. Look at him go! Oh, yuck!
One prescient episode found Clarissa using her computer to write a poem.
All we have to do is put in those sappy, geeky winchpenny words and let the computer do its thing.
Did Clarissa invent ChatGPT? Another episode had Clarissa babysitting a nightmare child, played by Michelle Trachtenberg.
Geez, Elsie, please stop crying.
I can't. You'll upset me.
Other notable guest stars included Wayne Brady from Whose Line Is It Anyway as a passionate pizza man.
Our pizza is good, and you really should try it. In fact, it's great, so go ahead and write about what you ate.
An early adopter of Yelp. And Clarissa had a potential love interest in James Vanderbeek 5 years before Dawson's Creek.
You're just so strong about being yourself. I mean, you don't care what anybody else thinks.
Vanderbeek's episode was penned by Suzanne Collins, who would go on to write novels about another straight-shooting heroine.
I volunteer as tribute. Well, that sounds a lot better than Family Volunteer Day.
The writing staff also included future Marvelous Mrs. Maisel co-executive producer Nina Bieber, as well as Alexa Young, who would go on to pen episodes of Friends, including the one where everybody finds out.
But see, they don't know that we know that they know.
First, there was Alexa, who deserves enormous credit because she was the entire writing staff with me for a while.
Also on the writing staff, Paul Lieberstein, aka Toby from The Office. It was his first writing job.
I moved to New York to write the great American novel. I have 6 roommates.
Even though Clarissa was designed for young viewers, Kriegman and the writers refused to dumb it down for kids.
I think it was Karl Marx who said that religion is the opiate of the people. Makes you wonder what Karl would have thought of the tube.
And the work paid off. Clarissa Explained It All for 5 seasons.
This is so cool.
Clarissa can explain more because now Nickelodeon gives her a full hour every weekday.
Despite being a home run for Nickelodeon, on December 3rd, 1994, Clarissa aired its final episode. Kriegman felt the cancellation was arbitrary, but Clarissa had reached the end of her childhood, and Nickelodeon's parent company Viacom saw this as the end of her story.
But maybe this isn't goodbye. Maybe this is just a new beginning. You never know.
The series finale saw Clarissa hitting a milestone.
The end of high school as we know it.
Her plans for journalism school were put on hold in order to accept an internship in the Big Apple.
I guess New York could be a pretty cool place to be.
Mitchell Kriegman envisioned this plotline as a perfect place to continue Clarissa's story as a young adult. Thus, in 1995, a pilot was completed for CBS. The show was called Clarissa Now, or simply,
It was Clarissa Now, and then it was just Clarissa? Or what was the order on that?
Or who cares about Clarissa? It should have been called.
Picking up where the Nickelodeon series ended, Clarissa begins her internship, but instead of the New York Daily Post,
The New York Daily Post?
Exactly! She's now interning at the New York Star Chronicle, which sounds very made up.
I'm on the New York City subway!
Right away, this Clarissa doesn't feel as snarky as the Clarissa we've come to know.
This is so cool!
The theme song is different too, but rocks a funky 90s beat. Way uncool. At the Chronicle, Clarissa meets Spencer, a reporter trainee with an attitude.
I like my coffee light, lunch at noon.
She also meets editor Porter Russell, played by Lisa Gay Hamilton from The Practice. Porter tells Clarissa her first assignment is to assist columnist Hugh Hamilton.
Hugh! Get the hell out of here!
Hamilton is played by stand-up comic Robert Klein. He plays a prestigious reporter with a rotten reputation.
The only thing he enjoys is the abuse and humiliation he inflicts on others, especially his assistants.
Yikes. Where's HR?
Technically, I am in human resources.
Clarissa is left to handle Hugh's temper.
I just wanted to say working with you is a total thrill and a major honor. Just tell me what you want me to do.
Get lost!
Fortunately for Clarissa, she finds favor with Lillian, the paper's publisher, played by theater veteran Marion Seldes.
For a second, I thought you were my Aunt Violet.
For a second, I thought you were my niece, Rose.
This familiarity helps Clarissa get through her chaotic first day, which includes many failed story pitches to Hugh.
Thanks, Murray. I think we're done here.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to help.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to help.
Finally, Clarissa stands up to Hugh, and we see shades of her strong-willed Nickelodeon self.
It turns out you're rude and bitter and mean. And you're not anything like Alan Thicke.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
In the end, Clarissa serves as Hugh's inspiration for a column.
This is Clarissa's New York, and I have just one piece of advice for her. Move. New York is dead. You're not Marlo Thomas in the opening credits of That Girl. Who's Marlo Thomas?
Wait a minute. We know Clarissa knows Marlo Thomas. She played Anne Marie in a Clarissa Explains It All / That Girl dream sequence. The episode ends with Hugh agreeing to keep Clarissa on staff. Lillian orders Clarissa a new computer, which Clarissa immediately gives to Spencer.
You know, I'd rather use this anyway. It makes me feel like I'm in one of those old Cary Grant movies.
She doesn't know Marlo Thomas, but she does know His Girl Friday. If you're thinking that this isn't the way Clarissa would handle an internship, you're right. This exact plot point was explored in Clarissa Explains It All.
This is some internship.
In Season 5, Clarissa interned for Sam's sports reporter dad and taught Mr. Anders the importance of technology.
See, this way, instead of using napkins, you can just open a file for each different thought.
In the CBS pilot, we're given a stark contrast to the normally tech-savvy teen.
Yep, this is so cool.
While the plotline has a competent storyline, having Clarissa work with a curmudgeon feels like a grasp at the older CBS audience. Simply put,
this bites.
Mitchell Kriegman shared this sentiment.
They reduced her character to a real kind of, I don't know, classic Girl Friday or something. It was so cliche by the time they got their hands on it. There was none of that kind of spiky originality that was in it. No fantasies. They got rid of that.
The script was not what Kriegman had envisioned as another writer was brought in. If the name Terry Minsky sounds familiar, that's because she's the creator of another show about a gregarious girl. There are undeniable similarities between the two. Fortunately, we live in a world that's big enough for both Clarissa and Lizzie.
If I had someone older a year ago to help me, I could have avoided some serious fashion don'ts.
I'm going to find the most incredible ensemble.
Clarissa never aired on CBS. Kriegman chalks up the failure of the Clarissa spinoff to network meddling.
I'm 99% sure that there was an executive coup. They didn't treat it with some kind of the way we treat Clarissa Now.
Let's try another channel.
The pilot eventually ran on Nickelodeon, but the spinoff didn't find a home there either.
Did Nickelodeon ever plan to pick up Clarissa Now, or was it just aired as a one-time thing?
The answer is no, and the other thing is they weren't supposed to. That was a disaster for me, and that should have died right there.
It was not the youthful, fearless Clarissa the Nick audience loved, but this network-friendly version wasn't right for an older demo either.
Knowing when to move on is what growing up is all about.
Melissa Joan Hart believes the pilot's failure was for the best.
I think fans would have been disappointed if it went to air.
With her newfound free time, Melissa was able to take on the role of another budding reporter, only this time with a bit of magic.
You have no idea.
Since Clarissa wrapped, Mitchell Kriegman created another kids show that broke the fourth wall and earned him 2 daytime Emmys.
Now you're here, so let's
He also co-wrote children's movies, including Mr. Willoughby's Christmas Tree, which gave us this moment.
Oh, where now can it be? The perfect tree.
Yes, Virginia, that is Robert Downey Jr.
You're welcome.
Fans can catch up with Clarissa as an adult in Things I Can't Explain, Mitchell Kriegman's 2015 novel, which offered a glimpse into Clarissa's life in her mid-20s. The story solidifies the CBS pilot as canon, picking up after Clarissa's job at the newspaper is terminated because the paper closed down. We also learn in the novel that Hugh died in the middle of eating a hot dog.
You sell hot dogs from a pushcart, 45th and Madison. Yeah, that's me. Of course, you tell 200 people a day about it, so it's hardly being exclusive.
Now that's karma. Sam and Clarissa had a passionate fling until he ghosted her, which begs the question, when he walked out, did he climb down the ladder? Marshall is out of work, while Janet is now a millionaire from creating glue out of tofu.
These are the best tofu pancakes I've ever had.
Ferguson is in jail for a financial scheme.
10 invoices, 10 neighbors, multiplied by $10 apiece. Looks like Mr. Ben Franklin's coming to our house.
And Elvis is back, but not as a gator, as Clarissa's black cat.
Please, I need some downtime.
Since Clarissa wrapped, Melissa Joan Hart has continued acting in sitcoms, movies, and she occasionally reminisces about Clarissa on her podcast. And fans keep telling her about the show's tremendous impact.
I became a stylist because of Clarissa and her fashion, or I became a computer graphic artist because of Clarissa.
In 2018, there were talks about a reboot. Kriegman recalls writing a pilot that hit red tape at Nickelodeon.
I wrote the pilot, a beautiful pilot. Really, it was everything I wanted. And then everyone got fired.
A major bummer.
There's always hope. Melissa Joan Hart still expresses interest in the character receiving another chapter. All these years later, one thing that doesn't need explaining is Clarissa's impact on television. Other 90s Nickelodeon shows saw the benefits of placing a wise beyond her years girl as the show's star.
And since then, nothing's been the same.
I've been packing my lunch lately. I'm just nervous, I guess, because of what happened at my school cafeteria.
We've all heard about these terrifying attacks by old ladies.
The Clarissa legacy carried into the new millennium. Whether it's shows with an annoying little brother,
I need a master in deceit and the art of psychological manipulations.
You made a wise choice.
or shows that simply value girls' takes on the world.
You're watching iCarly. I'm Sam, so I must be Carly.
Clarissa Explains It All paved the way for shows where a female lead talks to the camera.
Why are there so many great unmarried women and no great unmarried men?
You know when you've done everything? When you've been all... And...
Even though times have changed...
Do things change, or do we just change the way we see them?
Because in some ways I used to be in my avant-garde days ahead of my time, and it wasn't as successful as it was when I did Clarissa and became within my moment.
Clarissa Darling's legacy remains.
Hey, cool.
Thanks for joining us. Subscribe to the Atomic Abe channel, hit that notification bell so you'll never miss a new video, and be sure to catch up on previous installments of Behind the Backdoor Pilot.
I could watch this all day.
Like the planned spin-off of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, featuring Melissa's little sister and a talking dog.
The name is Phil.
A dog named Phil, any relation to a boy named Sue?